We are the spooky anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. Halloween, often dubbed Gay Christmas, is another opportunity for LGBTQ people to explore and represent their individuality, a tradition rooted in centuries of festive freedom and defiance. This evening, Queer News Tonight discusses the gay origins of Halloween.
This year, the Democrats are leaving no stone unturned when it comes to rallying equality votes. DNC has just launched Grindr ads using queer voters to counter the GOP's anti-LGBTQ agenda.
Halloween invites queer youth to embrace authenticity, offering liberation, visibility, and a safe space for self-expression amidst an anti-queer environment in the country.
Visit Lauderdale's Halloween events, including pumpkin patches, ghost tours, Wicked Manners, the Witches of Eastwick, and Dia de los Muertos festivities offer fun for all ages.
As Halloween nears, vote for your favorite queer horror icon. Will it be Frankenfurter, Elvira, or the terrifying Pennywise?
Good evening, you jive turkeys. Welcome to Queer News Tonight. Today's show is a special Gay Christmas edition. And by Gay Christmas, we do mean Halloween. Queer News Tonight is the world's first and only LGBTQ daily evening television news broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels. We are proud to announce that YouTube has recognized Queer News Tonight, certified by analytics company vidIQ, and we now have more than 10 million views on the only daily live queer news show in the world. You're welcome. We are proud that we have more than 1,000 new subscribers in October, and that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ brand in Florida. Over 500,000 of you have watched this show in the last 60 days. We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in our community. It is Thursday, October 31st, 2024. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we are going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ evening news show. Whatever happens unique in LGBTQ news, you will see it and hear it.
Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model of PBS and NPR, but designed for the LGBTQ community. Our mission is to support the 11 pillars of our LGBTQ community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBT nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network. In 2025, our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBT experience, and our television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBT and broader community.
Let's meet tonight's anchors at Queer News Tonight, baby. Let's welcome Corey Billions. Corey is a proud LGBTQ plus community member from West Palm Beach. He has served as a pharmacy technician for 10 years. Welcome, Corey, baby.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ooh, what you calling me?
I'm going to be on the drive today, so you can sit on my lap and tell me what you want for Christmas.
Child, it's going to be a long list, naughty and nice, child.
Very long.
Not very long. I heard that. Let's meet Vaughn Biggs, a trailblazing advocate for health equity and HIV treatment. As community outreach coordinator at Holy Cross Health, he leads initiatives for the LGBTQ community and people living with HIV. His role as vice chair of the Ryan White Part A Planning Council and founding board member of Trans Ed underscore his dedication to inclusivity and systemic change. Now, Vaughn, Holy Cross Health will be honored at Equality Florida's 2024 Broward Gala for the Equality Means Business Award. It is happening on November 9th at the Westin Resort Convention Center. Tell me, what's happening?
I'm so excited for this. You know, when we received the Equality Means Business Award from Equality Florida, and it's a powerful affirmation of our commitment to inclusivity, especially at Holy Cross Health. It's to us, it's not a trophy to get this. You know, it's a testament to our values. We live and breathe by every day, and we just want to thank Equality Florida for this opportunity.
I can tell by your face that you're really excited.
Yes.
Now let's welcome Larry Farver. Larry has over 20 years of experience in human resources, acting, film, radio, TV, live events, parade float design, production, and casting. He is an advocate for LGBTQ plus rights. He is proud to be living the dream here in Wilton Manors, serving on a city advisory board and ongoing civic project initiatives as a dedicated volunteer. Larry, you're an associate producer with Mary It's Mary Productions, and you are part of some exciting events next month, including Night of 1,000 Kamalas at the Pub on November 2nd. You are also sponsoring Equity Florida during the event, and there's a launch of Mary It's Mary Productions official website. Tell me, what's happening?
Yes, Bonnie and everyone, we're really excited about Saturday's event. So while it's next month, Saturday night, please come on out, 5 to 8. We're going to be supporting A Night of 1,000 Kamalas.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you to the moon on Wilton Drive. I will treasure my Kamala forever. And Silver likes her too.
Not silver. I'm more partial to gold. Also, you can catch me at Night of 1,000 Kamalas as well.
That's
it's going to be the event to go to. So we'll see you there, baby.
And just to put a shout out, we're going to be not only sponsoring the event, but, you know, we want to give a big shout out to the pub, and we hope you all can make it out there.
Nice.
We're going to be doing some fundraising for Equity Florida, Dolphin Democrats, and LGBT independent filmmakers.
Word.
Yeah, so it's going to be an exciting event. Come on
I
out.
love LGBTQ+.
And I can't wait to see what you're going to wear.
Child, well, trust me, I got something in store for you, baby.
That's
Something to get the
it.
votes out there. Something to inspire the people. This one's for the soldiers.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we got a little carried away there. And of course, how could we ever lead up to someone so wonderful as tonight's lead anchor, Bonnie Builder. She is the premier South Florida bodybuilding drag queen and the forever reigning MX Mary's Wilton Manors. A recent graduate of FIU, Bonnie Builder is a trainer and comes to life with a microphone and a spotlight. Welcome, Bonnie Builder.
Thank you, baby. I am your host for this evening, the most attractive host you've ever had here on Queer News Tonight. And you can tell Faye I said that. We are the reporters for Queer News Tonight. And this evening, we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast. And here are the bullet points of the queer news for Thursday, October 31st, 2024. First this evening, queering up Halloween and gay culture. Now, why is Halloween a gay Christmas? The LGBTQ history of the season. Halloween isn't just a time for spooky costumes and candy. For the LGBTQ plus community, it's long been a gay Christmas, a celebration of authentic self and expression. The origins of Halloween trace back 2,000 years to the Celtic festival of Samhain, when the veil between the living and the dead was believed to be thin. Later, when Pope Gregory III shifted All Saints' Day to November 1st, Halloween evolved into a night of gathering with a hint of the supernatural. In the United States, Halloween celebrations initially faced bans as they were seen as pagan and taboo. By the 1800s, though, Halloween made a spirited comeback with communities calling for celebrations centered around fun rather than fear. This resurgence allowed spaces for queer individuals to explore gender variance through costume and mask. However, a lot needed to be changed as there are records of arrests made by police in the 1990s for cross-dressing on Halloween, and such arrests were quite common. But eventually, the number of celebrants outpaced law enforcement's ability to police them, and Halloween became an annual opportunity for freedom. Meanwhile, drag balls were flourishing, especially among Black queer communities who introduced glamour celebrations that would later influence grand parades in LGBTQ neighborhoods like New York City's Greenwich Village and San Francisco's Castro. Today, Halloween endures as a gay Christmas, a time for breaking norms and embracing individuality and recalling the roots of these festive freedoms. Now, I am the perfect person to tell this story because I am one of the biggest Halloween ookie spooky fans there are. My husband gets sick of me talking about Halloween all year long, but it's literally my favorite holiday. Now, as a drag queen, I regularly get to dress up in fun, sexy, attractive, expensive costumes, like annually. But so there's something about Halloween that just feels like a nice, warm hug for me, where everybody gets to participate in what I do. And we all have an excuse to dress silly, be wacky. And it's also an excuse for a lot of queers to put on their first pair of heels. And tonight, October 31st, we are getting a birth of the next season of baby drag queens that will be dancing on our stages very soon. There's going to be one gay out there who puts on a hard front lace front wig that is so thin you can see through it, and a pair of biscuit heels, and they're going to think they are the only one. And that is the attitude that carries you throughout your career. So welcome, baby queens.
Biscuit heels, huh?
Yeah, biscuit heels. Biscuit heels. A little bit of syrup on the side. Yeah, biscuit heels. The thick one.
A little syrup, right? Oh, there we go.
And they make the mistake of doing the open toe, and they don't know their toe's about to fall off by the end of the night. Child.
I love the creativity.
That's right.
Wilton Drive is so beautiful. You get people from all over. You get all types of your cartoon characters, your nostalgia characters from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I can't dress for the occasion.
Yeah, and
It's Christmas somewhere.
I have to say, coming from the New York area 5 years ago, I think our festival at Wicked Manners really outdoes, the New York's parade. We have the stages, we have Bay What, we have Bonnie Builder, we have the rest of our community. So looking forward to it tonight.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
All right.
What are you wearing tonight?
What am I wearing tonight?
Yeah.
Well, a little leather something. Maybe a little vampire spirit, headdress.
How about a face?
A what?
How about a face?
A face?
How about a face?
Honey, I always serve face.
Ooh! Go ahead, Vaughn. What's next?
Next, let's queer up politics. DNC launches six-figure Grindr ad to rally LGBTQ voters ahead of the November election. The Democratic National Committee is ramping up efforts to reach queer voters, and it has created a targeted six-figure ad campaign on Grindr. Launched yesterday, just days before Election Day, the campaign warns against the dangerous Project 2025 blueprint, crafted by the ultra-conservative Heritage Foundation. The DNC emphasizes the blueprint as extreme and anti-equality and urges LGBTQ Americans to vote in response. In the words of Alex Floyd, DNC's Rapid Response Director, quote, LGBTQ plus Americans have fought tirelessly for equality, but Donald Trump's MAGA GOP wants to drag us backwards and roll back on our hard-earned freedoms, end quote. Floyd underscored the importance of queer voter turnout to counter the GOP's anti-LGBTQ plus agenda. As a part of the DNC's new campaign, starting today, Grindr users will see inbox messages linking to iwillvote.com. By opening the link, they can check their registration, locate polling stations, and create a voting plan. The DNC expects over 14 million impressions from equality voters. By Election Day, these voters make up a significant 38% of the electorate, with HRC data showing increased turnout from this group in recent elections. Many are younger and more diverse than the general population, and the majority of them are women. This demographic has the power to influence close races in key states such as Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, where Democrats are pushing to secure crucial wins. This is awesome. I need to check my Grindr, but I know everybody that's watching, you're already turning your Grindr on, I know. Yes. But at the same time, what a great platform to use, right? I mean, we see it all the time. We've got the PrEP ads on Grindr, the stuff for HIV, but what a great opportunity to attract people. And all I can say is we've had early voting down here in Florida, but take the opportunity, make sure you've done your research, because when you get to that polling booth and you see that ballot, some of those questions, the way they're worded when you're voting for something, they just don't make sense when you're sitting in the booth. So check it out before you go. Know what you're voting for, because if you say yes, it means one thing. If you say no, it means another. But when you read it, it doesn't make sense.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yep. It's a sign of the times.
Yep.
When they're exploring different avenues of marketing and different demographics. And also, there's a lot of rainbow issues on the ballots. So of course we're going to try and be present for what has to do with us, the same way women, increasing voters, all these body issue laws and abortion laws for women. It's horrible.
Yep.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I mean, one of the things I found is, I need to be more familiar with who's on the Supreme Court. There were several questions. I voted early, and I said, oh boy, so luckily I just Googled and said, okay, I made informed decisions, and just done with it.
That's very true. Now, I will say this. I love this concept because you got to meet people where they are.
Preach.
People are on Grindr regularly, often. His notifications won't turn off. People are on there constantly. I met my husband on Grindr. So you can find a lot of good things on Grindr. So I appreciate it's a little, it may seem wacky or off the cuff, but like it's necessary because people aren't tuning into the news like they should. People aren't checking in. People aren't going to the ballot boxes like they should. You got to meet people where they are, inspire them in whatever condition where they are. Because as soon as they meet their mystery man and they do what they do and then they're done doing what they done did, they now know, oh, maybe I should go vote. Now that I have nothing else going on, maybe I should go vote now. So I love this concept. This is actually incredible.
Yep. Next, let's queer up students' youth. Halloween's witchy spirit shapes today's young queers. Every October, the witchy allure of Halloween offers queer youth a unique blend of acceptance and magic as the season invites them to celebrate authenticity without fear. For children raised in the tradition wary of Halloween, the holiday became a personal sanctuary, a place to embody transformation and self-expression, allowing them to embrace their queerness without facing harsh comments and offensive stares. Rather, for many LGBTQ youth, Halloween's liberating spirit offers a rare sense of visibility. Professor Sabina Maglauco, a renowned expert in folklore, religion, and the modern pagan movement, explains, Halloween is a festival of symbolic inversion, during which all of the elements usually denied and excluded from mainstream American culture come out of the closet. No wonder there has been a growth in New Age spirituality in recent years. Many are exploring spell kits, tarot cards, and the use of talismans. The proof can be found in the popularity of Witch Talk, channels on TikTok where magically minded folks gather and share thoughts. For today's LGBTQ community, Halloween is more than just costumes and history. It's a powerful and proud celebration of who they are. As I've been saying, I love the youth. They're here, they're present, they're acknowledging who they are earlier in life instead of waiting to, go through marriages or explore the other side of the rainbow.
Yeah. I will say, not to veer us off from the topic here, but Halloween does feel like a safe space as a young gay man, emphasis on young. Because as a drag performer, I have to walk to the gigs looking any sort of way, face probably wearing already the wacky costume. So when I'm in areas where I don't feel so safe, like Wilton Manors, where I feel super safe, I feel like, okay, what is the excuse or the reason I'm going to exude as to why I'm looking this crazy? Because when you're South Florida, not everybody's cool with the drag queens. So when it comes October, you're like, okay, I'm dressed up, face done, wig and everything. People will just associate that with, oh, it has to be something October costume related. And that gives me a sense of security. Now, is that right? Not necessarily, because we shouldn't live in that state. But as a drag performer who has to walk these streets looking any sort of way, it does, this season makes me feel that much more comfortable because those on the other side can automatically assume their own perception as to why I look this way. Right. I hate that they have to do that, and I hate that I have to feel this way, but that is a reality situation. And it's another reason that I really appreciate this season right here. That's right.
Well, next, let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Visit Lauderdale has Halloween thrills for each one of you. Whether you're seeking a fright or a family fun, Visit Lauderdale has Halloween events for everyone this season. You can be part of a classic autumn outing, the Pumpkin Patch, Flamingo Road Nursery's Fall Festival in Davie through early November promises pumpkins, hail bales, and corn stalks spread across its 10-acre landscape. In Wilton Manors, the Wicked Manors Block Party tonight takes over Wilton Drive on Halloween night. The event, a favorite in the LGBT community, kicks off with a family-friendly trick-or-treat at 5 p.m., then a costume contest at 6:30. As the night progresses, you can expect street performers, costume contests, and a very lively atmosphere benefiting the Pride Center. Those looking for a ghostly experience can check out the Fort Lauderdale Ghost Tour, where historic buildings along the New River set the stage for haunting tales of spirits and mysterious orbs. The tour covers Himmershey Street, History Fort Lauderdale, and more. For theater lovers, the Broward Center for the Performing Arts presents Witches of Eastwick, running through November 3rd. The show tells the tale of these 3 women who discovered that they're witches after conjuring chaos into their lives. You cannot miss Fort Lauderdale's Dia de los Muertos celebration on November 2nd, in partnership with the Mexican Consulate. This colorful event includes a skeleton processional, folklorico dancing, and a street party with taco trucks, tequila bars, and music and more, honoring loved ones who have passed. No matter what your style, Visit Lauderdale has made something to make this Halloween unforgettable. Well, a lot of exciting things going on. I think the highlight for many of us at this table will be going into Wicked Manors tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they make it family friendly for the young folks coming in. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of out-of-towners and tourists. And, there's some other things going on. It's great that the Broward Center has the theatrical events that they do with Witches of Eastwick. I think I'd like to do the ghost history or the ghost tour. I think that sounds fun. Has anybody done that before?
No. Are there actual ghosts there? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
How do they get the ghosts? That's where everybody gets booked nowadays.
Right.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to see a lot of zombies out there.
Ooh.
But I'll be by the De Los I don't want to butcher the name.
Yes.
But point me to the tequila.
Exactly. Yes.
I think that brings up a great point. There's a plethora of events to do this evening.
Yes.
Some are alcohol light, some are alcohol heavy, some are family friendly, some are just adult themed. So whatever you're in the mood for, wherever your mind state is, there is something to do tonight. If you want to stay home and watch movies with your loved ones or by yourself, you can do that. But for everybody that want to shake ass tonight, there is many places to do that. Even in the theater, you can do it while they're playing the play. You can do whatever you want. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. There's so much to do around here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
And drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
As many people that are alive tonight, let it be the same number in the morning.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, and take a Lyft or Uber or a circuit ride in Wilton Manors if you're drinking,
Yep.
and don't drive.
That's right.
Not tonight. Next, let's queer up gay culture. Here's the ultimate queer horror. Who is the ultimate queer horror icon? Spooky season has officially arrived, and as Halloween approaches, it's time to celebrate all things eerie, sinister, and fabulously queer. The LGBTQ culture has long claimed horror as its own, with iconic characters that range from the eerie to the campy. So now we're putting the question to you. Who is the ultimate queer horror icon? There are plenty of contenders for the throne, each one a memorable character who lives rent-free in our nightmares and fantasies. Here's a rundown of the top nominees vying for the title. From the delightfully twisted Frankenfurter and the vampy Elvira to the unhinged Baby Jane, the spellbinding Sanderson sisters, my favorite, and the ever-glorious Morticia Addams. There's also Carrie White, the killer doll Chucky, nightmare-inducing Freddy Krueger, and even Jared, the enigmatic Goblin King. Other contenders include newer icons like Megan and the internet-beloved Babadook. Yikes. Plus classic villains like Pinhead, It's Pennywise, Eva Ernst, and Jennifer Check from Jennifer's Body. What is your favorite? Who is Eva Ernst again?
A very nice lady, I
Okay.
presume. So you're Team Sanderson sisters.
Yes.
Okay, for a Halloween icon. Vaughn, what do you think?
Frankfurter.
Frankenfurter, really?
Yes.
You were there when the movie came out, so that makes sense.
I
You
love
had
you.
the first ticket in your hand, and you were a grown man too. Larry, who do you think?
Well, I saw Rocky Horror in school, but that was many years after it came out.
Oh, okay, you had to be
But
cool.
that's
No,
one of the
Alec
good.
Baldwin.
That's one of the good ones. But no, I grew up, and I still love that Elvira's still out doing her thing and looking so amazing and magical after all these
Lesbian,
years.
so-
And I love going back and seeing the whatever happened to Baby Jane, and grew up watching reruns of the Addams Family. So Morticia Addams, and they all do it for me. I think they're all a lot of fun, and I agree with you. Halloween is fun all year round.
No,
Bonnie,
for
You're
me,
Yeah.
cast your vote.
I have to go with the classic movie characters. The reason that I have an actual fear of dolls to this day is because of the film Child's Play, which I did not see when it came out, 'cause I was not yet born. But when I later saw it, Chucky the doll really made an impression on me. To this day, I have a true. It's less now because you grow up and you mature. But like I really had a fear of dolls growing up that was so severe because of Chucky. Now I also think that not Freddie Mercury. Who's on the Freddie Krueger? Freddie Mercury. Lord have mercy. Freddie Krueger is fierce.
Yes.
I think he is just an iconic figure. You know the sweater, you know the hat, you know the nails, you know the skin condition. You just know everything about them.
He's
Aside from,
moisturizer.
yeah. Aside from him needing a moisturizer and being a little bit of a pedophile, I think he is a fierce horror icon that is a true contender. Now, Vaughn, is Frankenfurter your only choice, or do you have another one?
Oh no. You said Addams Family, but I like, Wednesday. I like Morticia and Wednesday Addams much
Yes.
better.
This is the original. Batman.
No, it was more comedic then.
With that middle part and that bust down.
Yeah.
Well, but,
Allure to make a man kiss your fingertip to your neck almost every time you enter the room.
He was
Yeah.
so
Classic.
fantastic.
Gomez
He had really good
Adams.
taste.
Bone straight
But
hair.
if you also
little black dress.
Oh, bust down.
And that waist was this big.
Ooh, baby.
I have nothing else.
Also, I have some tea about the character.
then you got, Linda Blair from The Exorcist, if you think about that.
Oh, yeah.
back
That
then.
is actually true.
That was
right.
scary.
That's like I remember that as a child and I was like I couldn't sleep for like months. Right.
Okay, so that film was controversial, obviously,
Yes.
because of the content. So some fun facts about that film. Do you know the scene where they're performing like medical procedures, just like laying on the table? You know the guy who was like the assistant in that scene was an actual like serial killer in real life?
Really?
I saw a documentary. In real life, the actor was an actual serial killer, and they caught him like later on.
Holy,
It was wild.
Great.
Wow.
oh my God.
And also a fun fact about Morticia Addams, when they had to film the classic film in the 90s, I think it was 90s, 80s, whenever it came out, they had her hooked up to like a brace, like a torso brace, so that she literally couldn't move because her iconicness when she has like a strip of light on her eyes, they literally said, we can't have her move because we'll lose that light. So they had her hooked up to like a metal brace so she literally couldn't move.
Oh wow.
So that woman had to act hooked up to a metal brace and light in her eyes.
And serve.
And serve with a bust down middle part and a little LBD. Girl, you better go ahead and get your tens. Get your tens, girl.
One. Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting the partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out television studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral's Sunday international service at 10:30 a.m.
That is today's news for the LGBT community on the world's first and only daily LGBT evening news show.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Join the conversation of your favorite streaming platform.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support. If our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world. This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine's Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight.
I am your Foxy anchor, Bonnie Builder. And on behalf of these LGBTQ reporters, the anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Corey Billions, Vaughn Biggs, and Larry Farver, we will see you daily at 8 p.m. We remind you the presidential election is just 4 more days away. Stand up for equality, rights, and representation. Early voting has started across most of the country, so get your voting done now to avoid long lines. Let's make history, baby. Let's vote for a better future. Good night.